Good evening. Author H.C. Anderson once wrote, "Where words fail, music speaks." Music has the power to heal, to excite, to soothe, and to give us the feeling that everything is going to be okay. It can take us back to old memories as well as be the soundtrack to new ones. Of all the great things that music can do, being the soundtrack to important times in our life is the most powerful. Today, I'm going to share my own personal journey with one particular song. In 1987, Prince released his ninth studio album, Sign of the Times, on March 30th. 1 week later, I was born on April 9th, 1987. The lead single from the album, also called Sign of the Times, was the number 7 song in the country according to Billboard magazine that week. As I grew older, I became a musician myself, and one of the things I began to look for was music that had more meaning to it. Prince, as many people know, was known for his party music and his, we'll say, more explicit in nature songs. But on Sign of the Times, he decided to become a bit of a more mature artist and began speaking on issues that were deeply affecting the Black community, particularly in his hometown of Minneapolis, Minnesota. On the song Sign of the Times, he covers such subjects as gang violence, drugs, and the HIV pandemic that was going on at that time. But how I came to know Prince is actually more important than the song itself. When I was growing up, my dad was a huge fan of Prince. Oftentimes we would take road trips to visit family members in Chicago, New York City, and Florida. Since we were a family of 5, we couldn't afford plane tickets, so naturally we drove. My dad, being a big music fan, he had a CD booklet of over hundreds of CDs, and we would swap them out and listen to them all the time. But the one that always stuck out the most was Prince's Greatest Hits album. And that's what was my first introduction to him. But I noticed songs like Little Red Corvette were a little bit different than the song I had heard, Sign of the Times, that I previously mentioned. And that really stuck out to me because it seemed like a huge 180 for an artist to do that. And later on, once I became a musician, I thought you can be anything you want to be. You don't have to be pigeonholed into one type of genre. So, 2 years ago, my father unfortunately lost his battle with cancer. One of the things that I wanted from his estate was I was hoping that he still had those CD booklets. My dad took very good care of his stuff, so naturally we were able to find it, and I found that album in his house. Now, of all the things that I have from him, that one speaks to me the most, and whenever I get sad, I pop that CD in, even though I have all the albums on streaming service and digital download, but something about putting that album in just brings me back. And it reminds me to not be sad that someone's no longer there, but to remember all those happy times with the windows down the highway, blasting music. My only regret is that I wish I was able to tell him how much that had meant to me. In conclusion, music can help heal you, and it can help you express things that you cannot verbally express yourself. Whether it's putting those feelings into words that you can't speak yourself, or attaching certain memories to certain people, music is one of the most powerful things in the world. What I learned from those road trips with my dad was that you can make the journey memorable, and it can help you feel optimistic until you reach the destination. Thank you.